7.EE.3, starting off. Number 1, the rectangle has a length of 8 feet and a width of 6 feet. Okay, so we can draw that. Length of 8 and a width of 6. With the length and width increased by 50% each, what's the area of the new rectangle? So we're increasing each of these by 50%. So we're increasing them by half. So we're going to, well, if this represents 100%, we want to increase that by 50%. So we're looking for 150% of 8. And of is multiplication, and we cannot multiply by a percent, so we have to move the decimal over twice. This becomes 1.5 times 8. And 1.5 times 8. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 4 is 12. Decimal needs to go over 1 time. And so the answer is 12. That length is now 12. The other way we can do this is we're increasing this by half. So we could do it the same way. 6 equals 100, increase the percentage by 50%. And so we could do it that same way. Or we could take, well, what is 50% of 6? So looking for 0.5 times 6, so half of 6, and half of 6 is 3. So we're increasing this. We want to increase it by 50%. So we're going to increase this by 3. So this new length is 9. And we could have done the same thing for 8. What is half of 8? Because we're increasing this number by 50%, increasing it by half. What's half of 8? 4. 4 plus 8 is 12. So here are new length and width. What is the area of the new rectangle? Well, area equals length times width. Area equals 12 times 9. And area equals 108 square feet. So the answer number 1 is D. Moving on to 2. A hot air balloon is at an elevation of 3,800 feet. If the balloon falls 40 feet per minute, so we're looking at falling 40 feet per minute, how long would it take for the balloon to reach 2,000 feet? So we can set this up as an equation. So we're starting at 3,800 feet. Now what's happening? Is the balloon going up or down? It's falling, so it's going down. Going down, we're going to subtract. Subtract what? 40 feet per minute. So it's going down 40 feet per minute. So in 1 minute it goes down 40 feet. 2 minutes it would go down 80 feet. 3 minutes it would go down 120 feet. We don't know how long or how many minutes, so we're taking away 40x. And we want to know how long until it reaches 2,000 feet. This is how we would set up this equation. Now there are other ways we can do that, but we've learned to do this as an equation. So now we simply solve for x. So we're going to subtract 3,800 from both sides. This creates 0 pair, bring everything down. The mistake that people make here is this subtraction is now attached to this 40x. So you have to bring that down, and it is negative 40x equals, and then when you subtract this, borrow here. Actually, you'd have to flip this around, and you get negative 1,800. And so once you do that, so we'll just get rid of that. Now we need to get x by itself, so we will divide by negative 40. Divide by negative 40 cancels, and x equals, this would be negative divided by negative gives us a positive, and we know it has to be positive because we're talking about minutes, and we can't have a negative amount of minutes. So we would do negative divided by a negative is a positive. 1,800 divided by 40. So you can cross off these zeros and do 180 divided by 4. 4 goes into 18 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. Minus and get 2. Bring down the 0. 4 goes into 25 times. 4 times 5 is 20. So x equals 45. We were looking for how long. The answer would now be 45 minutes. So the answer to 2 is A.